Countless fates. People who were murdered, raped, mutilated, or abducted when Hamas struck on October 7th. One of the families particularly affected by the massacre is the Shoham family. 3 family members were killed, and 9 were kidnapped by the terrorists, including little Nave. He was subsequently released through a hostage deal. Our editor-in-chief, Jan Philipp Burgard, invited the boy to train with the Bundesliga soccer team Union Berlin to distract him a little.
Football is freedom. For a long time, 9-year-old Nave from Israel found it impossible to run across the lawn with the ball. He was under the control of the terrorist organization Hamas for 50 days. For 50 days, he was barely allowed to move and could only whisper. If he were loud, they threatened to kill him. He is a very bright child. He can remember every detail, including October 7th, the day the terrorists came.
אבא וסבא ניסו להגן עלינו בממ"ד, ואז הם באו, פרצו לנו מבית החלון, חטפו אותנו לעזה.
Dad and Grandpa tried to defend us in the security room. And then they took them, broke through the windows, and kidnapped us.
The sight of the terrorists won't let him go.
עם כאלה מסכות של מחבלים, אפודות שחורות.
Those who kidnapped us had black masks on and black suits, what he called black terrorist masks.
Navi was kidnapped to the Gaza Strip along with his mother, Adi, and his then 3-year-old sister, Yahel. They received little water and food and were constantly afraid for their lives, even though they can laugh again today.
היה מריבה גדולה וממש הרבה רעש בין כמה שכנים. יש מלא רעש. פעם אחת התפוצץ טיל של מטוס קרב ממש לידינו.
Once, just before we came back, there was a huge argument and shouting near us. And once a bomb exploded right next to us, and it was very loud.
Pictures from carefree times. Nava with his mom Adi, sister Yahel, and dad Tal. The 39-year-old is still being held hostage by Hamas. He was separated from his family on October 7th. His children haven't seen him in almost a year. With videos like this, they keep his memory alive, and the children ask questions, which Mother Adi collects on a sheet. When is Dad coming back? Will Dad be old when he comes back? How is Dad treated by his guards? Does he have food and water? Questions that torture because no one can answer them. These pictures went around the world at the beginning of September. There is a tunnel under a child's room in the Gaza Strip. 6 hostages were held captive here. Shortly before the Israeli army could free them, they were murdered by Hamas terrorists.
This is their blood. This is the blood.
This is their blood. This is the blood of Hirsch, Eden, Carmel, Ori, Almog, and Alex.
They were heroes.
They were heroes. They were here in this tunnel for days or weeks. We'll find out. They were here in terrible conditions with no room to breathe, where you can't stand. And they survived, but they were murdered by terrorists. There are still 101 hostages. Some of them live in the same conditions in tunnels like this one in Gaza. We must do everything in our power to bring them home alive.
All the means we can to bring them back home alive.
The Shoham family also wants to do everything they can to free Father Tal. In the German capital, they meet government representatives and politicians such as Thomas Erndl and Julia Kleckner from the Union to draw attention to Tal's fate. The Green Party leader Omid Nouripour will even take on a symbolic sponsorship. 9-year-old Nava tries to overcome his feeling of powerlessness by traveling to Berlin.
Because I want to try so hard and do whatever I can to bring him, to bring my dad back.
The professionals from the Bundesliga soccer team Union Berlin offer Nave a little distraction from his difficult mission. He can be part of the secret training here. The ball skills take the little boy's mind off things for a while. The stars are impressed by Nave's commitment. It is a matter of honor for the club to welcome the family here.
There are so many difficulties in our world right now. And if in this very specific case, you can give a little boy, a little girl, even the mother a little bit of a moment of radiance, a little bit of switching off, a little bit of something beautiful to experience, then yes, then we are Union.
At the end, Nave receives a jersey with his name on it. He can choose a shirt number. He chooses 21 because his lucky number is 7, he explains. And he could use luck 3 times as much for his dad.